Hi, this is Luke for Production Expert, and this is how to prepare your drums for the mix. I've flown a rough balance just using the faders and pans, so there is no processing going on at the moment, and I've also dropped some location markers just where I've noticed things that need my attention. I've also made sure that the tracks are in an order that makes sense to me. I've named them, and I've also colour-coded them as well, which can be a big help. This is a smaller session, but on large sessions that can be a real godsend. Let's have a listen. So now I'm going to go through each of my tracks in solo just to listen out for any problems that need addressing, mainly in the shape of noise. Okay, so there's some cymbal spill there, but it's not too bad. The isolation is pretty good. I'm just going to move a little bit further on into the session, over to these busier parts here to hear what's going on. So no major problems there, and some spill is not going to be a problem in context. So moving on to the snare. Okay, so that's not too bad at all, and in this section the snare and the hi-hat are playing. And again, I can live with that, so it's best case scenario. So what this drummer lacks in accuracy, he makes up for in his own internal balance. And moving on to the bottom mic. So we have some pretty noticeable spill there, so what I'm going to do is gate that out. So that's without. Now in a better case scenario, I could use the sidechain filters to try and get above the kick, but in this case, if I have a listen, that kick spill is actually occupying the same part of the frequency spectrum as the under mic. So I'm just going to go ahead and gate without using the filters. Now this was a 4-piece kit with one tom up and one floor tom down. My tom sounds like this. So you can hear we've got lots of snare drum and other cymbal spill going on in this tom. So again, I'm just going to gate that out. And this time I'm using my sidechain filters because I can use this low pass filter to get under the cymbal and the snare drum spill, allowing me to use a lower threshold, which is always good. Now I've had a listen through to my floor tom track and I've realised that this floor tom only gets used once in the entire song. And if I scoot through, this is basically just one big long spill track. So it looks like we just have this single event at the end. So I'm simply going to edit out the rest of it. I could use strip silence or whatever facility your DAW has, just to zero in and find out what the loudest hits are. So we've just got this single pair of events at the bottom there. Alternatively, I can just do it as an edit. If I separate out the hits, then mute the audio either side, and just chuck a little fade in there, and we're all good. Just have a quick listen to the run-up. So now I'm ready to retweak my faders before moving on to the next tracks in the mix to be prepped for editing and mixing. To find out more about prepping your drums for the mix, head over to the Production Expert blog.